They made me wait 2 months in 2 different boutiques to then tell me the person in charge would be ill. Hi and very welcome. My name is Mary. This is my channel Louis Level Up and I'm a luxury lover on an average income trying to be more mindful with my money. I have to rant a little bit today about my recent experiences with the Louis Vuitton customer service. Cause at a premium luxury design house, I would expect good customer service as well. Well, at least I would expect that they answer the request of their customers at all, without the customer having to write 3 emails, contacting 2 different stores and making 2 phone calls. To finally even get into a conversation with someone that possibly might not even know too much what he or she is talking about. The experience I made with the Louis Vuitton customer service was a complete mess. But first things first, what are we even talking about? I used my monogram Neverfull MM, which I absolutely love, for the thumbnail because I thought that bag and that pattern has more of a recognition character for Louis Vuitton. But the ones of you that regularly watch my channel might have seen me unbox my amazingly beautiful Vivant PM in Damier Ebene, which I scored at an incredible price preloved. But unfortunately with quite some signs of wear or maybe even quality issues surrounding the glazing. By now I already do have 2 videos about that particular bag on my channel, the unboxing and a deep dive on the condition, where I show you in detail all the flaws this bag has and what I would like to get fixed. In case you're interested to check one or the other out, both of them are linked down in the description box and at the end of this video for you. And I decided that I want to get the fixing done at Louis Vuitton directly, if the price for all the things I want to get done isn't insane. Because if you do repairs anywhere else and they notice, you lose the right to hand in your bag at Louis Vuitton for future repairs. So if I got the corner wear fixed at a cobbler, probably way cheaper, but in a few years from now the lock would break. LV wouldn't exchange that lock for me anymore. And I had the little master plan to get an additional free layer of security and authentication if I hand in that bag for repair at Louis Vuitton directly and they do accept it. I know 100% for sure that it is authentic, because of course Louis Vuitton will just accept an authentic bag for repair. That was the plan. And I contacted the Louis Vuitton customer service immediately, the day I received that bag. For you to keep in mind, you might have seen my videos about the bag at a later point in time, because sometimes I record things and then it takes me some time to edit and upload. And sometimes I even slide in different topics in between that might have been filmed at a later point in time than other videos that I upload later. So all of this is already dragging on since September. On the Louis Vuitton website I found a WhatsApp service chat number, and on the 29th of September I wrote a message about the condition of the bag, what I would like to get repaired, including pictures, and I sent it on WhatsApp, asking if it is possible to get these signs of wear fixed. I got an automatic response that they would get back to me within 24 hours. And this time they actually did. 1 day later I received a message that all Louis Vuitton stores offer a repair service and that a staff member can inform me about all the options that I would have and that they would kindly ask me to send an email beforehand, including a description of the condition and the flaws, including detailed pictures, the date of the purchase, ideally a picture of the invoice or the name of the person that bought the bag, and a phone number so they could get in touch. And they sent a list of all Louis Vuitton stores in Germany, including their email addresses from which I could choose. So far, so fine. It was a little bit unpleasant that I had already sent them the pictures and a detailed description, what I wanted to have fixed and everything, and that I got quite a standard answer and was referred to hand in the same information again as an email to a store. But if from there on things would have went smooth, I wouldn't have been mad at all. So on the 30th of September, I wrote an email to one of the stores in Munich, very detailed. What the condition is, what the issues are that I would like to get fixed, the date the bag was made, detailed pictures, and even the description referring to the pictures, exactly making clear what I'm interested in. Asking if I could send the bag in, because I live 200 kilometers away from the next boutique, and it would be quite inconvenient for me if I would have to hand it in personally. At that point, I was still super excited, checking my emails every 2 hours if I got a response. Can't wait to get my bag fixed. The days pass, Louis Vuitton doesn't answer me. After exactly 1 week, on the 7th of October, I decided to contact the WhatsApp customer service chat again and kindly ask how long their boutiques usually take to respond to emails. And I repeated the email address that I chose as well to make sure that there wasn't a typing error, or that this particular store that I picked might have some kind of issues at the moment. Yet again, an automatic response that they would get back to me within 24 hours. And weirdly enough, the chat answered one question that I had asked in the mail to the Munich store. A question I didn't ask them in the entire WhatsApp chat. So the WhatsApp chat customer service must have access to the emails as well and must have read my email request. They said I can send the bag by mail, without telling me an address where I can send the bag, and that I should please place a note and listing all the same requirements. I had already listed them in the WhatsApp chat and in the email. The description of the bag, of the issues, what I want to get done, and a phone number to get back in touch with me. I already had listed these things in the initial WhatsApp chat and in the email, which they seemingly read as well. And I wouldn't mind at all to write them on a third note that I can place in a package. But I definitely won't send a 2,000 euro bag into the blue to a store that wasn't even bothered to send me at least a confirmation mail that they even got my request. At that point, I got quite frustrated with the WhatsApp customer service chat as well, because it felt like they just sent me the same standard text modules and phrases. I thought I'll wait for a few more days. Maybe someone would finally answer my email and all of my questions. Not just one, if I could ship my bag by mail, but as well if the repair of all the issues would be possible and what price range we are talking about for these repairs. Because if it is absurdly high, I probably could save the money for shipping and rather take the risk to get the bag repaired at a cobbler right away. So another week passed, and I realized that I probably had to call the customer service to get further ahead with that situation. Here you need to know that I hate phone calls. I hate to talk to people on the phone. I avoid it whenever I can. If there is a way to do things in written form, I always prefer to do that, even if that usually takes somewhat longer. I know that's my own social awkwardness, so there's no one to be blamed for that. Just a little side explanation why it took me so long to finally call Louis Vuitton. So on the 13th of October, I finally picked up the phone. I talked to a nice lady, let her know that I'm waiting for an answer to a repair request from a boutique in Munich for about 2 weeks now. And she was like, "Oh, we are very sorry you didn't get a response yet. I will contact the store and they will get back to you within 48 hours. Thank you for choosing Louis Vuitton." Guess what? 48 hours passed, and of course I didn't get a response. Normal people would probably just have called again and asked. Well, unfortunately, not me. I waited another 5 days to then write another email with my first mail and the description and all the informations and pictures attached, saying, "Hi, since now 18 days, I'm waiting for a response to the attached email. And 5 days ago, I called the customer service, which told me you would get back to me within 48 hours. And I still didn't receive an answer yet. Could you please answer my questions and tell me how much the repair might approximately cost? And tell me the address where I can send the bag." I waited another 48 hours. Nothing happened. Yet again. Then I decided maybe the store I picked is the problem. So let's try the email address of the other store in Munich. On the 20th of October I did so, letting them know that I first contacted LV by email on the 30th of September and that I'm unfortunately still waiting for a response. So I would like to try my luck with another store, attaching the initial email, yet again summarizing all the important facts, to not hear anything back from Louis Vuitton for another 3 weeks. To be honest, at that point I already lost all my excitement, because I didn't feel anymore as if this could come to a solution on this way. And that I would be able to use this stunning bag this fall or winter, which is such a pity because I think this is such a beautiful bag and it's perfect for fall and winter. To be honest, by now I wore it 3 times outside in the evenings when it was dark and I thought I could get away with the signs of use because I didn't want to wait any longer. But yeah, if they cannot even answer an email in 1.5 months, how long will it take them to actually repair a bag? I know, probably I should not have waited that long to get back in touch with them via phone, but already the first call took a lot out of me, and the situation for the second call was even more unpleasant. So I procrastinated even more on it. But on the 10th of October, I finally did it. I called them again, I waited in line for about 10 minutes, to then have a nice customer service lady tell me the same again, that the lady already a month ago had told me. Oh, we are very sorry you didn't get a response yet. I will contact the store and they will get back to you within 48 hours. Thank you for choosing Louis Vuitton. And I laughed and I said I'm sorry that she has to deal with my frustration now, but that I'm waiting since nearly 1.5 months for the answer to an email that I tried to contact 2 different stores, that I had already the exact same conversation on the phone a month ago. So she apologized and said she will make sure that within 48 hours someone reaches out to me if that would be fine for me. I said yes, of course. If actually someone will reach out to me, that's absolutely fine. And oh, what a nice surprise! One day later, my phone actually rang. At the middle of the day, at 2 o'clock, I was in a business meeting, luckily internally, so I was able to choke off that Zoom call with a colleague to get on the phone with Louis Vuitton. Of course, somewhat catched unaware, because I'm awkward on the phone, and I wasn't expecting that call in that moment, but you gotta take what you can get to finally get service from Louis Vuitton's customer service. The lady asked how she can help me. I told her about the email, I told her about the bag, and she was like, yes, I see it's a Vivant PM in Damier event. How can I help you? Confusion on my end. If she can see the bag we're talking about, she must have read my email where I listed all the defects with pictures and what I want to get fixed in a more structured order than now catching me unaware spontaneously on the phone. But then I parallelly opened up that email at my laptop, at which I was sitting because I should be working, and I started to name the flaws, beginning with the glazing. And she was like, glazing? Excuse me, what do you mean? As if the pictures wouldn't obviously show what I mean. So I tried to explain to the Louis Vuitton lady on the telephone what glazing is. I tried it with the international word glazing. I tried it with the German word Kantenversiegelung, Gummierung. And she was like, oh, sorry, I don't think Paris does repair that on the Vivant bag. Wait, what? They cannot repair glazing, with which they are known for to have issues with? I didn't say that, but that was in my mind. And I got very confused. And I didn't know what to say. I asked if there is anything we can do. And she was like, maybe we can exchange the entire front flap. And I was like, okay, how much would that be? Oh, sorry, I just checked. Paris doesn't exchange the front flap on the Vivant bag. What else can we do for you? Well, if they cannot repair the glazing, I'm not sure if I want to get anything else fixed. Because that's the main issue. I don't need to repair or exchange any other details on that bag if the glazing on the entire bag is cracking. But I asked, could you do something about the logo that rubbed off? Could you repaint that? And could you patch the beige corners of the leather front pocket? Oh, sorry, Paris doesn't do that. But maybe we can exchange the entire front pocket. And how much would that be? That is possible. That would be 150 euro. 150 euro? Well, I'm okay with that price to exchange a leather part, but there is no point in getting that part fixed if they leave me with the chipped glazing, which is the main issue. And to be honest, I had quite a hard time to imagine that their craftsmen cannot redo glazing. So I asked, what can we do? She said that obviously she doesn't have the bag with her right now, and maybe there might be something they can do. I could send it to the store in Munich, and then they could better check. And if a repair could be done, we could send the bag to Paris and see what they say. I accepted that suggestion because what else should I do? When ending the call, the lady apologized that it took so long to get a response. The person that usually answers these repair requests would be ill, which to me personally doesn't explain why 2 boutiques ignored my emails for weeks and that I had to make calls to get them to answer to my mails. And if that person actually is ill since the 30th of September, shouldn't they make sure there is a sickness replacement? Someone that answers the mails? Maybe at least with a confirmation email. Welcome at Louis Vuitton customer service. We received your email, but unfortunately it will take us a little bit longer to answer your request. Is that too much to ask for? When I'm ill, just for one day, I need to make sure that I give at least a brief handover to one of my colleagues. If I'm ill for 1.5 months, I definitely need to make sure someone takes my tasks in replacement. I didn't write to an individual person's email address. It was an email distribution list even the WhatsApp chat had access to. And if the worst case happens and I'm that ill that I cannot organize a handover myself, my colleagues will check the tasks I was working on and my mails and make sure that things keep going. And I do not work at the customer service of a worldwide operating luxury goods company. To be honest, as you might be able to tell, I'm super frustrated. I'm very annoyed that they told me on the telephone they couldn't fix glazing on the Vuitton bag when I first had to explain what glazing even is, which either would be the most terrible aftercare service or the lady on the phone did just not really know what she was even talking about, which might lead to more frustration if someone waits for an answer to an email for 1.5 months to then just hear, oh, I think Paris doesn't do that. And I'm quite annoyed that I now have to ship the bag to a store which couldn't respond to my mails within weeks, but at least after the call they immediately sent me an email with the address where I should send the bag to. But I have to get the shipping label myself, I have to pay for the shipping, which, well, I do not necessarily consider the greatest customer service for a luxury brand, but whatever. If you have any suggestions what you would do, what I should do, leave them down in the comments, because I'm a little bit lost now. Lost and disappointed and frustrated. To be honest now, I'm not entirely sure what to do, because the whole experience was so damn unpleasant. Maybe I should just wait until I have the chance to hand in the bag in a boutique personally the next time, because this whole email conversation and shipping and having to wait for a response just feels so bad. But on the other hand, maybe now I am in contact and if I ship the bag, things will get rolling. But I'm not entirely sure what to do as well. I was considering to get the leather part exchanged because it has 2 defects, not really defects, but 2 areas with signs of use. So the logo is rubbed off and the corners are rubbed off. So if I would get that leather part replaced for €150 and it would look brand new, that's not too bad, and I would get my free authentication. And I'm thinking about getting this leather piece replaced with the black leather, because I think that would make the bag even more versatile and carefree. And if I would not have bought it pre-loved, probably I would have went for the black version to begin with. So maybe that's a good idea to get that piece changed and then have the black leather. And maybe I'm lucky and the lady on the phone actually didn't know what she was talking about, and Paris will say, oh yeah, sure, we can do reglazing, and then I can get it all done and this will have a happy ending. Or, in the meantime, the story gets even more funny. I was already thinking about what I will do, that I wouldn't need to change the leather part if all of the other spots will look that terrible. So I contacted a bag spa and I asked them how much it would cost to get the glazing redone with them. And I didn't have to explain to them what glazing is. And they answered my email within 2 hours. Within 2 hours on the first day I contacted them. And they are a small business, they are not Louis Vuitton, the worldwide running luxury company. They said I can send the bag into the address they provided me, and then they will have a closer look and can let me know in detail how much it would be, but they think it would start around €185. So I have a price range there. They don't repaint the Louis Vuitton print because they say that touches the authenticity of the bag. That's just something they don't do. So maybe it is worth considering to get this leather part exchanged at Louis Vuitton, probably wait for it for half a year, and then get the corners done at that bag spa if Paris decides they can't do it. So, whew, that's my rant. Thank you for listening to me. If you ever made any bad experiences with the Louis Vuitton customer service yourself, make sure to share them with us down in the comments, because it feels good to not be alone with these frustration about Louis Vuitton's customer service. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next time, and bye! Thank you for watching Lumi Level Up. Consider subscribing. And I contacted... But then I parallelly opened up. Well, in this household we just have a gaming headset, no regular headset, so I think the Louis Vuitton customer telephone support was a little bit OP, overpowered, you know, well, at least device-wise. To watch next, I definitely would recommend you to watch the video where I show all the flaws of the bag in detail, or check out the unboxing of that bag.